Okay, here what I'm doing right now is I'm just sharing this video so if someone has similar problems might get this solved, will help them save their battery. Now this is Mavic Air battery. Remember this is the old model Air model, Mavic first generation Air model. Okay, and it's been with me since years, and but past few years I haven't used it. So I tried again. I saw my battery working. First battery was working. Second battery was almost full. I was able to charge it. But the third one, this particular battery, you can see I have opened it and I'm charging it. It didn't work. Now basically what happens is now this Mavic Air battery, it has three cells inside. Okay. If I zoom it over here, you can see first cell port, second cell, third cell. So there are total three cells over here inside. And in EV batteries also, like what happens is this all these batteries they have their BMS, battery management system. Now if any of the battery goes very low, the BMS goes into a safety mode and locks it, and you won't be able to charge it. So that was happening with this particular battery. I was trying to charge it, nothing, no lights, nothing. Now, whenever I charge this, I used to get lights over here, but this never gave me light. Okay, so and these batteries are expensive and rare. Okay, this is first generation Mavic Air, so I wasn't wanting to spend around 12 to 14,000 to get a new battery, extra batteries. So I just googled over here. What happened is I found key you can revive the battery. Okay, so only thing you have to do is you need to bring this three batteries onto same level around 3 volts. Now when it goes below one, like I said, this one battery was first three out of three cell. The first one was around 1.2, second was 1.3 or something, and the third one was 2.4 or something. So all were like at a different level. So what happens is the BMS cuts it off, goes into safety mode. I won't be able to charge it. Now the first thing you have to do is bring these batteries to almost the same level. So around 3.5, 3 volts. So around 3 volts, 3.2 volts, the BMS starts working actually. Okay, it needs a 3 volt. At 1.5 volt and 1.2 volt, this BMS doesn't turn on. It goes into safety mode. Okay, so I tried charging it. It wasn't charging because BMS wasn't charging, wasn't active. It's in locked mode right now. Okay, so what I did is I had this old charger. This is the that lipo battery charger. So it had three cell and two cell ka option I had. Okay, so I had this three cell and two cell ka option. So I'm using the since this three cell 3s, I'm using this 3s ka thing. I've connected the ground from this to the ground of the battery. I had to pry open it, and remember one thing, opening this particular battery is very easy. Out of all the Mavic thing, Mavic has only this Mavic Air battery is very easy to open. Now why? Because you can just pry open from here. I'll just try and focus it properly so that you can see it. So you can just pry open it from this particular edge. This is a joint what you see over here, this line. So just slowly try and open it, use a knife or something and pry open it from here and it opens up. You don't have to use super glue or anything to seal it. It locks and lock backs to its position. You can see over here in this particular thing. So I have opened it. I can just push it in and it locks into place. Okay. So I thought I have lost this particular battery, but I googled around. Sorry, I was actually planning to buy a used battery, but when I googled it around, this was commonly found key the battery goes into safety mode and how to revive it. So here I have this three cell. The ground from my BMS is connected to ground over here. This is the ground first part. You can just go to this circuit tutorial and you'll see this particular layout of the battery and all how the batteries are placed inside. So this is ground positive for cell, this is negative over here inside, and positive over here, then negative over here, and positive over here. So it goes in series like this. Okay, ground, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. It comes like all the three cells. Like, so if you have used the BMS module for 3 years, you will come to know how it's connected internally in series, and in between you have this connection from the charging module, balancing module. So ground goes to ground. The first pin comes to my first cell and second cell terminal, that is positive and negative ka terminal. The second wire comes to my second cell's positive and the third cell's negative ka terminal. And the third wire, when I say that means the leaving the ground, leaving the ground. If you include ground, it's the fourth wire that comes to my last positive terminal. Okay. Now earlier when I took the reading, the first cell was around 1.2 volts, second around 1.3, and the third was 2.4. So this BMS was in safety mode. If you check now, if you see our, if I can show you this, where I can see my, so if I show you my first right now, it's been an hour or so, or more than an hour actually. The first charge is around 3.93 volt, first battery. And if you see my second battery, it's 4.19. And the third one, let's see the third one, 4.06. So it's trying to, the battery charger here, the lipo charger over here, which is there, it's trying to balance this particular battery. So it was way too low and it entered into safety mode. Now this is the first step before we try to revive this. Now first step is bringing all the three cells to a level somewhere around 3.5 volt or something like that. Same, almost the same. You may not get exact same, but 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, whichever. So wherever you can try bringing it close to that. And this BMS, you can wait till this turns green. That means all the batteries are charged full. Or if you can get all three at the same level, above 3 volts, it's much better. Okay, because once this is charged, it's not that your BMS might be active. It might be still in your locked mode. Okay, safety mode. So what we do next is we try and communicate with the USB through serial connection, and then use a DJI ka battery killer app from laptop Windows, and we try to reset and reactivate this particular thing. That I'll show you in the next video. Now I'm using this CDNO. I have this CDNO module, which you can see over here. I've connected the ground, SCL and SDA. Okay, so which I'll be connecting over here. Now the first few pins are ground, that is the 4 pin. Fifth pin is SCL or SDA. Fifth and sixth is SCL and SDA over here. Okay, out of this 10 pin ka connector, these are 10 pins over here. So 10, I think it's 10 or something, more than 10. One, two, three, four. I think it's 10. Yeah. So the other side, one side is positive, other side, this side is negative, and center two pins are SCL and SDA. That's where you connect your CDNO connection. You can use your Uno also, but it's always better to use either CDNO or micro, Arduino micro. Now this works on 3 volt cutting, 3.3 volt. Sorry. Your Uno actually works on 5 volt pin. It's better to use something like CDNO, which works on 3.3 volt, safer for the battery. So once this module, this battery comes to charge, equal, all the three battery comes to equal power, I'll see if the BMS turns active and I can charge directly. If I can charge directly, I'll show you it's working, the charging it's working. But if it doesn't charge, then the second step comes where I connect it to my CDNO, that's my microcontroller, and then use my laptop, communicate it via serial. So once the serial communication I get it, I use the battery killer app, which is for the DJI thing, and I'll try to reset the BMS. So once you reset it, it should be able to chat. But it said ki you don't. It's not safe. Now when you reset it, you reset most of the thing. At times it happens ki your thermal controller on this might get damaged or something like that, or it's reset and it may not check the temperature of the battery, which is slightly dangerous, risky. So during flight, you might see ki it gets hot and it might burn out, or while charging it might. So it's a risky thing to do. What I'll try is I'll try to just without reset if the battery is charging, because if it charges full over here, my if my BMS is this battery compact charger is able to charge it full and the BMS gets active, I'll be lucky enough. Or else the next step will be to just connect it via this serial, try SDA and SCL, try to connect it to my laptop, run the battery killer app, and then just reset it. The technical terms are there like PF reset, PF1 reset, PF2 reset, and all are there. So once that is done, what happens is the moment you run that, you will see the light blinking over here. So it comes up. Hope this works directly. I don't have to reset it. I would not like to reset it. Without reset, if it works, it's better. We'll see. I'll show you it in the second next part. I'll record it again and I'll show. Now today I might be keeping this for charging. So it's already more than 1.5 hours. It's been charging and the battery level. Let's check the battery level once again. I just want to see what's the level over here right now. So if you see here, the first battery, let's see the first battery, 3.95. The second battery, 4.20. 4.06, the third one. So it's almost nearing to charge. Okay, it will charge and we'll see green lights on this particular thing here. So I should be seeing green light over here, hopefully. Even if it is not turning green, if I can get all the three closely at the same power, I might try and connect it to the charger before I connect it to my serial, to my computer, and try to reset it. So see you guys tomorrow again. Like for my next video, I'll just try and post it to see if I have to use my serial communication to reset it or if it works directly. So usually it should work directly if BMS, the BMS goes into safety mode by default and it locks it. It's difficult to say whether it will reset, it will be active once the batteries are fully charged. The videos which I saw is they don't charge full, but they try and charge individual batteries and take it to like 3.5 volt or 3.2 volt, almost same, and then they use the serial communication. What I'm trying here is trying to get this fully charged, all almost fully charged, so I can just make out if this becomes. And don't try and solder it over here. Try to use a screw like I have done over here. If you see, I've just used a small screw over here which fits on into this pad. So I've just screwed it over here slightly without damage. Just see if you get a right gauge, so it fits it. And just connect it like this. First one here to the ground, top corner towards the pin, top right corner where your pins are. Okay. Second one to the right side, top right side, that's the pin 2 of your BMS, the charging module. Then the third to the left, center one, and fourth, the bottom right one. So it becomes ground, positive terminal, negative terminal, and the positive here and the positive here. So three positives: ground, positive, positive, positive. Okay. So let's hope this all turns green and I see something active over here. I see some light onto this particular thing. So see you in the next video. Till then, good night.